Hello everybody, and welcome back to Ys. Last video we finished up in Solomon's Shrine and we obtained our first book of Ys. And we are now back in Menea so that Sarah can read us the book. She was the one that initially sent us on the journey to grab the book, if you don't recall, and I wouldn't be surprised if you forgot because we've sort of been doing a lot in between actually grabbing that book, so... If we talk to Prim here, the little girl with the hat, she says that she went to go visit Sarah, but she wasn't there. Where did she go? Oh, well, I hope she's taking visitors because we really do need to see her. I think she's the only one that can read these books. But if you go into Sarah's house, you'll see that she's not here. Her friend Franz is. You are Adel, are you not? I'm afraid I have bad news. Sarah was murdered, though we know not who is responsible. The poor woman. Please take this book. She gave it to me shortly before her death. Wow, this game just got dark. Murdered? I was not expecting that. She said to give it to a red-haired swordsman named Adel, and she smiled as she spoke your name. I thought she was joking, but then I should have known better. She is a fortune teller after all. Ah yes, it seems that with her last dying breath she muttered, Adel, abandoned mine at Raston. As your name was spoken, I assumed you would understand the message she wished to convey. Well, we haven't been to the abandoned mine yet, but I guess that gives us a reason to go there. So unfortunately, with Sarah murdered, we don't really have much else to go on except for to go to the abandoned mine. We also get our second book of Ys, and we can now go and talk to a few villagers to get some additional dialogue. So let's do that first before we sort of take off and do anything else. Let's go to the tavern, if I can remember where it is. Right up here. And we can speak to the group of 3 men. We can speak to the bartender first. You've heard about Sarah's murder. At first, people suspected the thieves, but nothing was taken. Perhaps it was someone even less scrupulous. And the muscular man. Thieves and murderers, what a sorry state this land is in. And Donis just talks about his ring still, so there's not a lot of point in talking to him. So of course, word of her murder got around. This is a very small land, obviously. Julius has to say a little bit about that man in the black cape. I'll bet you anything he's the one who killed Sarah. Bad tidings, things are happening, and I don't like where they're headed. Well, he's the only other suspicious character besides the thieves that I can think of who would want to cause Sarah any sort of harm. And just for some extra bit of dialogue for the fun of it, we can talk to Old Man Mash here at the hospital. That shield, it's the one that was stolen from my house. What's that? It was down in the depths of the old shrine. How the hell did it get there? Well, you seem like you're getting good use out of it. Keep it, man. I don't need it. Actually, it almost feels like the reason I've been holding on to it all this time was so that I could give it to you. Well, that's very generous of you. He did mention that his shield was stolen when we first came to Menea. It seems to be one of the items that was stolen alongside all of the other silver artifacts that had gone missing, so very nice of him to let us keep that because it is pretty important for us. That's about the only sort of interesting dialogue I can think of in Menea. Before I go though, I'm gonna go ahead and just buy a wing from Pim, so that I'm able to warp back here if I need to. Since the wings are only one-time use. We can also visit the weapons and armor shop if we want to. If you have your Talwar equipped and you speak to the weapons master, that sword, that curved blade, it's from the Far East, no? You rarely see such swords around here. Wherever did you find it? And you can see that he has it in his inventory list, but you're not actually able to buy it. Regrettably, the Talwar is from the Far East, and the storm walls made restocking most difficult. My shipment washed ashore, I hear, but it's still being cataloged, so there may be delays. My apologies. I'm not sure if there's a way to get that to show up right now. Maybe if you speak to him and you don't have it equipped or something like that, I'm not too sure. But anyways, there's some additional dialogue. It may also be for sale right now if you didn't get it for free from Slav, and that will appear in his shop after you get the first Book of Ys. And then we can speak to Dios, and he'll also talk to us a little bit about our shield. I believe that with the silver shield, you'd be afforded some measure of divine protection. That's what the ancient writing carved upon it seems to indicate. So obviously we have the best shield available. There's also the middle and the large shield available, but there's not really any point in purchasing those unless you want to fill up your inventory screen or something like that so it doesn't look so empty. And I have quite a bit of money right now, so I think I'm going to go ahead and buy the Reflex. I can't think of an opportunity sometime soon where we're actually going to get any sort of better armor, so we'll go ahead and buy this. The Reflex armor is the crowning jewel of my inventory. It's a light leather armor treated with resin. And it costs 5,000 gold, so we will go ahead and pick that up. And now we're kind of like a one-man army because we have a great sword, a great shield, we've got a really nice piece of armor at this point, and we have a couple of rings to help us along the way as well. That is all for Mania. Now I'm going to head over back to Zepik Village. It would probably be wise to go and talk to Jeba because Sarah was her niece, and if she hasn't already heard word about her niece's murder, then we should probably let her know. She may be able to also read us the Books of Ys. We should also check up on Fina. We should make sure that she's okay. She seems to be alright. She had a little bit of a rest at Jeba's, but see how she's doing, sort of settling in after being trapped in that dungeon for so long. So here is Jeba's house. Ah, it's you. If you're looking for Fina, she went out for a walk around the village. What's wrong? You don't look well. Adol told Jeba of Sarah's passing. I see. I had a terrible premonition that something like this might happen. Sarah, too, seemed to know the fate that stood before her. I suppose it was her job to know, after all. Yeah, that's pretty sad. Especially if you can foretell your own death. I mean, that's kind of spooky. I guess that's why she had everything in order. You know, she gave us the book, or told someone to give the book to us, and where to go and whatnot. But still very, very sad. Does this bother you? If it sets your mind at ease, do know that she had completely accepted her destiny. We shall both grieve, certainly, but if you wish to honor her memory, then carry out her final wish. And at this point we can ask Jeba to read the books to us, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to go and check on Fina and just see how it is that she's doing. Adol, I can never thank you enough for rescuing me from that prison cell. It feels so good to be free. I still can't remember anything but my name, though. Who am I? What have I done with my life? And why was I locked in that cell in the first place? I don't know the answers to any of it. I only know that my name is Fina and I've been a prisoner. Why can't I remember anything more? Again, Fina, don't push too hard. You'll remember. You know, it'll come back to you at some point. But it looks like she's doing okay. She's up and walking around, enjoying a little bit of sunshine, and aside from Sarah being murdered, I think that Jeba's doing okay as well. There are a couple of villagers that talk about Sarah, but I don't remember which ones. A couple of them will just mention a little bit about her. Most of them have nothing but good things to say about her. You know, she's a nice girl, very polite, very beautiful, those sorts of things. Nothing really too important, so I think I'm not going to worry too much about that for the time being. Before we end things off, there is one more piece of additional dialogue that we can get if we go to the Thieves' Den. Some extra dialogue that pertains to Sarah, specifically. So let's talk to the leader again. That's the Tova family's lost book of Ys. Guess that would make you the swordsman Sarah kept yammering about. I heard what happened. Seems people think we're the ones responsible for the murder, but we would never do something like that. Sarah was my cousin. Oh, wow. Didn't think that those two would be related, but yeah, again, just something a little bit additional, kind of an interesting link there. And just any excuse to kind of talk to the thieves, because I kind of like them as characters. So just wanted to get that extra little bit of dialogue. And now that we've done that, we can continue on from here. What I'll probably do is get Jebba to read those books to us, and then we will continue on and we'll head over towards Raston. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.